Hello everyone, I just received this from China and I'm extremely curious about it. Here it's supposed to be what Song calls Mega EverDrive, but this one is fake or a clone, whatever you want to consider it. Thank you for purchasing. And let's see what's inside. A shiny zip bag. And the cartridge itself, which is more commonly known as FlashCart. I want to mention that this is mainly for educational purpose and out of my curiosity about how such things work and what is delivered for such small amount of money. Such flashcards are somehow in a gray zone and I really don't know how legal are they. If you know more about this, please leave a comment. Inside the bag I see there's a sticker and I suppose this is meant to be applied on the cartridge. Inside the box I found another one. It's basically the same thing with a different print. Yeah, the same thing. I'll just leave it blank because I'm more interested in how it works rather than how it looks. I understand this button should work as pause for SEGA Master System games. And here we have the flash memory card. A microSD to SD adapter. And inside there is an 8 gigs microSD card. According to description, there should be around 3000 games inside for both Genesis and Master System, and for all three regions, the United States, Europe and Japan. Now, because I don't know how much I can rely on this card, for testing I will also use a Kingston with a smaller capacity, but 4 gigs for what I need is more than enough. I will connect it to my PC for checking what's inside there, but firstly let's open it. SEGA cartridges are usually secured with gambit screws, but here are just ordinary Phillips screws. Well, I would say it looks pretty solid and well made. Doesn't really look like a cheap fake. Now let's see what's inside the flash memory. So far I see there are lots of folders, some text files, here I see a mix of games for all regions around the world, most probably a best of or something. I understand here are some hacks or modified games, and the same game for each region. Those are not named and I guess they're the same games but in Chinese language. I suppose those are games only for European region. I see the Lion King Steam version. I have no idea what's that. And some more European games, so basically there are over 500 titles only for Europe region. I suppose FTG means fighting considering what games are here. More hacks with no name. Over 400 Japanese games. Something new. Some 32x games and the BIOS which would be required. However, such games cannot be played without original 32X hardware. Those are Sega Master System games, and the Sega Genesis can play all of them because the Z80 processor is included by default, but usually is needed an adapter for the Master System cartridge. And the same games for the United States. I will test this flash memory card as it is, but I also want to make my own to see if it works. So I understand it has to be FAT32. I have plenty of Sega games, but makes no sense to put there all of them. So for testing, I will put there Earthworm Jim 2, Earthworm Jim 1, and for testing if Master System games are working, let's put there The Addams Family. 3 games on 2 separate consoles are more than enough, so I copied this folder as it was on the flash memory I received. I have the Genesis folder with both Earthworm Jim games, and the Master System folder with The Addams Family. Now let's check this contraption on the Sega Genesis. Plug the cartridge and here goes nothing. Here I see all the folders I've seen on PC. Now let's try one of them. This is a game I'm familiar with because I own the original game. It's actually one of my favorites. So I understand it has to firstly erase, then copy Aladdin. Some people complained about the loading time. When erasing, the cartridge has a blue light on, and once the game is copied, the light turns off. In real time, this took exactly 30 seconds, which, in my opinion, is great. Yeah, it works exactly as advertised. And it's absolutely the same with the original cartridge. If I turn it off, then just click on play. The game is instantly loaded because it was copied before. Now let's check with the flash memory I've made. I see the same menu, and inside are the folders I've made. Here I have the Addams Family, and here both Earthworm Jim games. I suppose on the cartridge was still Aladdin, so now because I changed the game, it has to erase the old one and copy Earthworm Jim. This time it took 46 seconds to erase Aladdin and copy Earthworm Jim, which in my opinion is not that bad. However, comparing with original cartridges where the loading time is none, most probably within this time I could swap around 9 or 10 cartridges and instantly load each game. Yeah, it works as expected. Let's see what happens if I reset the console. It instantly loads the game. Now let's check the Master System game. This one should be copied a lot faster. Yeah, it took only 9 seconds. I see there is some error on the upper side of the screen. I don't know if this is a cartridge issue or don't know. Let's see how it works, the pause button. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. So basically this FlashCart can play Sega Master System games without using the original adapter. In conclusion, I kinda like this contraption. I can put here the games I own and I can swap between them only by waiting the loading time without having to eject and plug each separate cartridge now and then. I see I can also play Sega Master System games without having to use the Sega Master System console, which makes the whole experience smoother. Most probably many people tend to buy such flashcards for saving money and for grabbing hundreds of games extremely cheap, which I somehow suppose is quite illegal in some countries. Some people would buy such flashcards for having a backup and for preserving the original cartridges, which in my opinion makes sense, considering such games are not manufactured anymore. As far as I understand, this is in a gray zone, and if you know more about it, please let me know. This experiment definitely answered some of my questions. At this point, I don't know how much I'm tempted to use it, because I play Genesis games only from time to time and I don't feel the pain of swapping the original cartridges. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day and best wishes.